Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Gemini and their appearance, and yes, it does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Well, anyway, people, the first thing I look at is Gemini and their appearance. As far as their physique, Gemini can often be rather lean, lithe, slender in build. I think a lot of this could be attributed to their nervous energy, the fact they're so restless, they got to be moving. I think they expend a lot of energy doing this. Could worrying play a role too? Well, it is a mutable sign, so worry can factor in to the equation, perhaps. But the thing with Gemini too is that as far as appearance goes, they are often tall with long arms and legs. Gemini's as far as their face goes, their head, well, Gemini can have, their head is generally long in shape, could be narrow between the ears, but slightly protruding and bulging on both sides, on the top and bottom of the head. Now, Gemini can also have lengthy features. The eyes could be rather lengthy, the nose could be lengthy and pointed, and the mouth as well. Mouth could be wide, and as far as the mouth goes as well, what's interesting, well, with Gemini, is that the upper lip might be protruding, and often you see Geminis, their upper lip kind of like that no upper lip look. Rod Serling, who is, was like the narrator or host, I guess you could say, of the old Twilight Zone series, he had Gemini rising. It's interesting that somebody referred to him on some TV show I was watching one time as the man with no upper lip and having Gemini rising. Well, I really wasn't flabbergasted or in a state of shock over that. Now, Gemini also, as far as their complexion goes to the face, often fair, light complexioned. The hair color is more often dark rather than light. The shoulders can be very broad and square, and the arms and legs are often long. Now the fingers, the hands are often very delicate and thin. They could even be, the hands of the air signs in general tend to have like more of a triangular shape to them. And as far as also with Gemini in their appearance, they could have very gesticulative mannerisms, and they often, you see them, they'll be talking with their hands a lot. Their Gemini is very loquacious and sometimes even garrulous, and you could see them moving with their hands very often, and they often have a very quick step and a very fast walk. They often walk at a very fast pace. I remember I had a friend that had Sun, Moon, and Ascendant in Gemini. He was walking across the street one day, and we were both going to leave about the same time to cross, and he was like already halfway across the street. He was dodging vehicles and everything, and of course me with my prudent, cautious Taurus Ascendant, I really preferred not to go behind him. I just waited till I got till I got the green light to go. So, and anyway, the thing about Gemini in their appearance, as Geminis can have the eyes. If you see Gemini's eyes, they often can be darting. It's interesting because the Gemini personality can often dart from one subject to another, and I think that goes along with their eyes. They're on such a fast pace. They've ascended to one subject. You're still pondering one issue, and you're thinking about one thing, and Gemini has already gone on to the next subject pretty much. So I think it's interesting. I think there's almost like a correspondence with their eye movement in connection with how fast they'll go from one subject to another. And another thing about Geminis too is that the teeth often are not of great quality. Some Geminis often could have either teeth that are deteriorating, decaying, sometimes even distorted or uneven. A lot of this is attributed to calcium deficiency that could be evident in many Gemini people. Now, the nose, I stated before, could be very lengthy, could be pointed, and often very prominent at the end. And the thing about Geminis too is that their features can be rather animated looking. They could be almost cartoon-like, and they really and they always seem to be really have this eager look to them, like they're just waiting for new knowledge to assimilate. And Gemini's forehead can often be rather high and broad, and I think maybe it's that big brain that they're that they have inside them. I'm being facetious, but you understand what I'm saying. And anyway, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Gemini and their appearance. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be talking about the zodiac sign Cancer and their appearance. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel, but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.